Hi collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationships with self first, okay? We're learning to create relationships outside of ourselves that are healthy. We have to learn to manage the emotions in the motions in self, all right? So you can identify your intuition, because it comes with good health, good wealth when it comes to spiritual love, all right? Because you're looking at divine timing. Okay, maybe there's a catalytic event happening or did happen. We're looking at supernatural, or you're looking at karma. Remember, this is Earth School. You're here to graduate from your flaws, okay? So you can co-create with the universe, and you can create, okay, from your most inner, deepest self, right? That comes from the soul, because we all have creation, but from the soul purpose, all right? So you're looking for your soul purpose, some of you. Maybe some of you looking out for signs and synchronicities, all right? But some things are not a coincidence, all right? Because that's the universe talking to you. You've got to understand the universal language, all right? Maybe your friends have seen signs, or you see a acquaintance, maybe signs of an acquaintance doing something, or maybe you see signs of a friend and you feel you trust that friend. You feel that friend can be very supportive and loyal to you. Yeah, maybe you can talk to this friend about a karmic situation. Maybe you want to talk to someone. We're looking at friends, we're looking at divine timing, we're looking at grass is greener, that's open in the energy, that's open. But what's hidden under the energy? What's hidden? Someone's single, maybe that's what's hidden. We could be talking to the single lot, all right? So it's maybe someone feels alone and it's a mystery. Maybe someone's looking at a single person and they feel that person's a little bit of a mystery, mysterious person. But now we're looking at judgment. How heavy is your heart? Is it heavy as a stone or light as a feather? But don't be afraid to go into the unknown, collective. If you feel confused or you feel like there's an illusion, use your discernment. Because it seems like you have a crossroad, or someone has a choice of two, or someone's looking for a new love. Someone feels heartbroken. But you got to look between the lines. There's hidden meanings. This is why the universe always tries to speak to us. They give us signs all the time. Not everything is a coincidence, you know. Take that rolling dice. Take that chance, you know. Take that leap of faith. There's a new pathway the universe is trying to pay for you. Be adventurous. Start that beginning again. Remember, every ending has a new beginning. So roll that dice. Maybe you want to text somebody, or we're looking at rolling that dice. Or someone's being strategic when it comes to like communication. Maybe there's news going around, direct messages about a hidden motive, but you've got to write your dreams down when you wake up, collective. There's a concealing, this disguise in someone's energy. Someone's lying. So now there's an unexpected surprise. Someone's going to be very shocked, but you've got to surrender to the universe. Give up your egos. All right, and go into the middle passage, because the ego, energy go. What energy are you going with? You know, remember when you go into the kitchen, there's a light. There's an off light, on light. Okay? So when there's an unknown problem, you know, when you tell the truth, you can see. But when you tell the lie, it's the dark. You can't see. All right? But always use your intuition to see within the dark and the light. Okay? Because not everyone has their light switch on within themselves. Okay? So surrender to the universe. Maybe you got memories of an ex. You got memories stuck in the past about an old flame. That was a snake that done deception. Very shady business. Remember, temptation, temporary measures come from the devil. Surrender to the universe. The universe doesn't work against you. Somebody was sleeping with the enemy, a third-party person that was looking for marriage, for convenience, for a home. Someone feels like you're more comfort, more safety. They feel like the grass is greener on your side. They feel more belonging with you. Because the temple of self is the shelter, a safe haven, especially for souls, you know. Maybe you feel a romantic feeling, you're falling in love with someone, or someone falling in love with you. Because we're looking at affections, looking at happiness, looking at emotions and emotions. But your energy of your emotions has got to be manageable. You've got to manage your emotions by understanding your emotions is your energy. What energy are you going with, you know? So when you walk into a room, doesn't feel right, that's your energy saying leave. That's attached to your soul. Your soul is energy. We are energy under this flesh. Okay, so someone has unfinished business. They feel like it's not over with you, but it seems to be a back and forth baggage. Maybe you've got to break the generational curse. Seek the ancestors within you. Someone's looking at you online. Someone's doing networking, working to ghost, maybe to ghost people. Maybe you feel like you're being ghosted. Someone's gone silent. But maybe someone wants to come back. Reconciliation, proposal, love offer, engagement. They feel this like magnetic pull towards you. But there's a distance, isn't there? Maybe the karmic or the masculine or the divine feminine or divine energy. Someone's in anxiety. The karmic's in anxiety. Why? Because there's stress under the dress. They press the button of depression. Now they got panic attacks or spiritual attacks. Now they feel restless in the bed in the morning for mornings, for sorrows. Sorrows and squalor, breakup. Somebody's walking away, ending, separation. Why? Because it's a storm warning, upheaval, obstacle, wrecking ball. Someone fears, very uneasy about a masculine looking at the truth. He feels maybe he was manipulated by the charms of the arms of a karmic. Drama, Rama, karmic, being tested with his faith and the truth of the servant of God. Now we're looking at confessions, confessions, confusions, clarity, revealing the secrets of a date that was courting. Looking at anniversary, maybe someone has had an epiphany. Remember, this is life lesson. We're here for a rebirth. Rebirth ain't just about dipping in water, you know. Baptism means you're dipping into the ocean of you. You are the Holy Grail. The water represents emotions. You can't just dip your head in and just pray 2 words and you think you'll rebirth again. It doesn't work like that. You got to correct your flaws. You've got to go very deep into the ocean of self and surrender to the universe. Make that change. Don't be afraid to change the generational cycle. Maybe someone feels like they made a change and they want to change this fated meeting. Maybe they changed a fated meeting. It was meant to be. It was destiny. It was a soulmate. But they went to a toxic relationship. Now someone regrets. But you can turn all your regrets into greats. But someone turned their regrets into great addiction. Because someone has drugs under the rugs with alcohol obsession, with sessions of toxic attachments. Yeah, divine timing is here though. Wrong timing, stalemate, perfect timing. People are waiting. Maybe people are laughing. People in these relationships laughing at people's intuition. Why? Because they don't have any intuition themselves. Why? Because someone has a secret crush. Someone's trying to kill. Maybe they went to a snake charmer in the arms, yeah, of a slithering music to bring the charms of nothing but one night stand. You could be in a one night stand, you know, or a casual relationship for years and still feel like that's your husband and wife. No, you're a hookup. Someone is probably spiking someone's drink, or someone is intoxicating someone else's drink on purpose for financial gain. Odd behavior to a masculine. A woman's doing it to a masculine for money, so he can give him money. This woman's getting someone paid to pay for energy, spiking drinks, and someone pays for drinks too much. And also someone goes out drinking too much on purpose. Sometimes people know people's weak spots, you know, especially when they feel like you've got abandonment issues. Yeah, let's go and party. And by the time you know it, they've had 1 drink, you've had 10, but you think they've had 10 with you, but they haven't. They haven't. Someone feels alone, isolation. So now got to look within yourself. It's okay to be alone sometimes, you know. Someone probably feels alone and guarded. Or maybe a masculine had a choice of 2, maybe. A single, mysterious woman, maybe. Now we're looking at a situation where we're going through karma. Remember, every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect, a win-win situation. Now we're looking at the truth coming out by using the signs of synchronicities. The universe talks to us all the time, so we can create, okay? And how we can create is going from the deep surface of self, using the intuition, so we can mold all our creations together, so we don't fight over things, and we can create peace, heaven on earth. Looking at divine timing, signs and synchronicities. We're looking at soul friends. We're looking at maybe an alignment. So maybe there was a misalignment by someone's emotions. So they went into a karmic situation. So now we're looking at misalignment coming in with alignment. Someone's looking at their own personal value when it comes to the emotions. You have to look at reality of life, not just outside yourself, but you've got to look within yourself as well and pay attention to your imagination and both the spiritual world, which is your dreams. When you wake up, you've got to pay attention to the visions and the signs that God's given to you, or your ancestors, or your soul family and friends. Okay, get clarity from in yourself, because someone's emotions feels like they have a lack of purpose, because someone is a fantasist, maybe an illusionist. Too many choices as well within oneself. So now someone's emotions feel very confused. Why? Because there's a delusion going on. You have to choose sudden happiness. Got to go into self-awareness. Choose happiness, collective, by allowing your emotions to feel that desire to go within oneself. Okay? So you can do like self-caring, be more creative, be dedicated to your dreams, what you see within yourself. That would keep you humble within your imagination, so you can be more impressionable to yourself, to your soul family. So you could be a poet, a photographer, a healer, or a director, all right? Or you can be into chemistry, you could be a detective, you could be into magic, or maybe psychology, okay? Or some of you could be a healer or a soldier. So there's signs going around. So maybe you're looking at signs of your friends, if you can trust them, or if they're supporting you by loyalty through the feelings. Do they feel the same way when it comes to loyalty, maybe? So maybe this is what some of you are looking at, of your feelings, your emotions. Because it seems like someone had a surprise from the universe. Your soul family is trying to give you a surprise, but someone feels like they missed that opportunity. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your imagination and the real world when it comes to your dreams as well. I'm a dreamer. It's very real, and most of my predictions come true. So I'm trying to teach everyone now. I always ask everyone, even if you're a stranger, I'll stop you. I'll be like, excuse me, do you dream? They're like, yeah, but I don't pay attention. No, pay attention. I learned how to drive that way. I did this, I did that. I had to tell them everything. Like, is it really? Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention. I learned how to go to degree, done my degree and my master's that way, you know. My masculine told me to go and learn oil and gas, but he said it in a different way. He said, learn black and gold. And then suddenly, one day, I was in my bed. And I was like, I can't do this modelling thing no more. This check by check is just not it for me. Not when I've got 2 children and that, you know. It doesn't work. It's not bringing sustainability, you know. Before I put my foot out of the bed, I was like, maybe I need to go to uni. No lie. Before my foot came out of the bed, my phone rang. It was like, would you like to go to uni? And we're an agency from this uni. It's an agency that looks for unis or something like that. They look on your behalf. I was like, yeah, why not? Within 2 weeks, I was in uni. Oh my God, I gave up everything. The moment I stepped in that place, I learned from my old mistakes. Because I learned anthropology, sociology, criminal, and also criminology as well when I left school. I wanted to really be an architect. I was all over the place. I had so many options, you know, and I went and just tested all of them. Yeah. So when I went to uni, my second time around, when I done performing arts and everything else, but this one was so interesting. It just took me in, you know. I just gave up everything and just focused on that, you know. So now you're choosing happiness. So go within yourself. Write your dreams down. Don't be afraid to go into the unknown. Only reason why you'll be afraid to go in the unknown if you lie too much and you're just used to lying, so you just don't trust yourself. Or if you're used to like hurting other people, that's probably their souls coming to you and tormenting you for what you've done to them. Do you know what I mean? It's payback, you know. Maybe it's their ancestors trying to drag you away from other people that you're not being nice to. Their people, you know. It's a spiritual warfare we're going in right now. So look within yourself. Maybe someone's finding signs about their friends but they have the same emotion as them. Because we're looking for love and support. Someone's looking for divine love, harmony when it comes to the emotions. Someone's looking at the state of their dreams. So now you write your dreams down. You'll know what's for you, what's not for you, what you need, what you don't need, and what needs to be met. Look around you and take that moment to soak in everything with your emotions. And maybe someone's soaking everything because they feel like they've seen signs of someone they can trust. So now they probably feel like they can take that comfort knowing that they're on the right path to divine love, harmony. You're looking for that blissfulness within yourself, but it starts from you first, because everything starts from self first. You got to think to come out of bed before you come out of bed, right? So everything stems from thought first. So have that good relationship with you first. Seek that inner happiness. Seek that fulfillment. Seek that 10 of cups. All right. Someone's dreams are coming true about a spiritual family, because someone feels very content within their emotions. Okay. Oh, we're on the emotions. Okay. First of all, I can see lots of masculines on these emotions, which is good. I love when I see masculines tapping into their emotions. Really important. Because they always say like, oh, you know, the women are very intuitive. So are masculines. It's just like you're cut off from your emotions. So someone's feeling like emotionally immaturity. Maybe they felt insecure around a single feminine. Or maybe they're looking at a new love and they thought, no, it's too immature for me. It's bringing in too much disappointments, like jealousies at appointments. You know, it's not divine love. It's not bringing that full emotion. So someone's looking at a new idea. Someone's looking at someone that has creative blocks, and it's bringing that frustration to the emotions and divine love to bring that harmony. Yeah, because someone's being irresponsible with their emotions. Why? Because they're frustrated about a creative block. Somebody wants to be alone, or someone's alone. But I'm talking about the single people, maybe looking deeply at their emotions. That's beautiful. Because remember, the emotions like the ocean. You have to look deep on your emotions. Take out all the shells, you know. Because I hear my masculine sleep with shells. Women with no emotion. You've got to get out of that, masculines. Don't be afraid to show your emotions. So maybe someone's looking at self-discipline. Someone's bored because someone feels stuck. Why? Because there's too much emotional immaturity, too much insecurity. Insecurities bring stagnations, because someone's a stagnation, looking at perfection outside of themselves and not doing the work inside of themselves. So it seems to be a lot of work without rewards. Why? Because someone's very careless. Why? Because they're lying and saying they're very creative, but they're not for some of you. So someone's emotions is very frustrated. So far we got heavy Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then we have a single lot. You could be Taurus, Virgo, Cancer person, okay? Because now we're stuck on the emotions. Maybe looking at a 3 of Cups. Maybe somebody was overindulgent with a karmic person. All right. So now we're looking at overindulgence. Why? Because someone was doing heavy partying. Somebody was a socialite, social climber. Because why? They got no emotion. The emotions is isolated. Someone's in a 3-party triangle, but somebody's looking independent. Someone wants alone time. Why? Because there's 3 people company, man. There's 3 in a crowd. 3 in a crowd. Too much gossip, gossip, gossip. Now somebody wants a new love. There's a lot. Oh, there's so much someone's in their full emotion. Oh, you got to let go of all that emotional baggage that's weighing you down. You got to really, truly start living your life, masculines, from the emotions. Seize that opportunity to start that fresh start. Pour all that love inside of you. It's like you got 2 cups, you know, 2 cups. All that information, somebody doesn't have that much, so they come along and they lie. You pour all of that because you put all your emotions in there. Now someone doesn't have emotions. Why? Because that person's gone now. You put all your emotions in that person because they didn't have creative ideas. They have nothing. So, all right, let me be kind. You're my friend. Do you know what I mean? Let me support you. But there needs to be balance no matter what you do, whether it's relationships, no matter what type of shit you're looking at. You have to have that balance as you be sailing in shit and not a ship. Okay? Excuse my language. But, you know, you got to keep it real. You got to keep it real. All right? So someone is probably taking up too much drinking as well. But you have to seize that new opportunity in relationships. Whether or not you choose to take the cup and drink it up for yourself, it's up to you. But someone looks like they want to choose happiness. The emotions, we're looking at divine love. We're looking at someone that's been sending signs, maybe Maybe you're looking at like, how do I trust my friends when it comes to my emotions? And you're saying, no, they're very manipulative when it comes to my emotions. Someone's very insecure. Someone's talking very insecurely. Someone's a very good manipulator. Maybe a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person you're dealing with. Now we're looking at manipulation. We're looking at insecurity. Because someone's doing very poor planning when it comes to divine love, when it comes to their friends. It's more manipulation. Because they have a lack of confidence within their emotions. That's why. Yeah, because it's someone's a narcissism. They're in narcissism. That's just why they're being very emotionally immature. Why? Because they won't let go of their emotional baggage. They're very insecure. Especially when it comes to appointments. It has many disappointments. When it comes to their ideas. New ideas comes with disappointments for them. Why? Because they're creative blockers. They have a creative block. It's making them very frustrated and irresponsible. It just goes to show it's not the area for them. They've got to be true to themselves. They're misalignment. Why? Because they don't know their own value. They're in a fantasy, illusionist. If you're not a creative person, you're just not a creative person. You can't be wasting people's time, energy, intentions with new ideas every minute, and every minute is coming from a creative block, wasting people's money. So someone's very frustrated. It looks like a very irresponsible situation because now someone feels like they need to be single, maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, because now we're looking at talking about being stuck. Someone's been stuck because they more look for perfectionism. All the isms, schisms, racisms, isms, schisms, you name it. So now someone's working and they feel like it's working without any rewards. So now they feel like maybe this person needs to be single, the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, because you're looking at carelessness in the nest of divine love when you're looking for harmony. Because someone's looking at the state of all their dreams, their wants, their needs. And is it being met? And they feel like it's not being met. They're looking around themselves and they're taking that moment to soak in the emotions. They're soaking everything in. And they feel like they present and are truly thankful. They want to be truly thankful for life and blessing. But you've got to be careful about your people, things, and places that's taking that comfort away from y'all. Because they don't know their own right path in life. Why? Because they don't have any self-discipline. They're very bored when it comes to planting their foundation. Why? Because they've got creative blocks. So they want disappointments at appointments for everybody else that has new ideas. They want to frustrate everybody else at their emotions. Why? Because they're irresponsible for themselves. Why? Because they're looking for perfectionism outside of themselves in the wrong, maybe, era of a work. The grass isn't greener. So now you're looking at disharmony within a group of people, trying to plant a foundation, trying to do the service, the practicality. Someone's not being practical when it comes to the earth, practicality, you know. Remember, water signs, you're the walking example of feelings, you know. You're the walking lesson of love. You're the walking lesson of peace, you know. That comes from love and truth. Earth signs, you're the walking example of the lesson of service. You know, but there's been a forceful concentration of disharmony within a group of people. Why? Because there's misalignment to alignment to misalignment. Because someone came in a team, and that person that came with a team is emotional, immature, insecure, doesn't have any creative ideas. They look at other people's ideas, but they bring the frustration. Why? Because they're the creative blocker. They're not the ones with the ideas. They're the ones with the irresponsibility within this group. So now you're looking at disharmony, misalignment when it comes to working. Someone needs to work alone. Why? Because they lack that teamwork. There's no I in teamwork. There's no point being in a group. Because someone's very disorganized in a group. Now there's a group conflict. Maybe with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. Or just the emotions. When it comes to manipulation, when it comes to talking and planting foundation, when it comes to the talking, they use emotions to plant their foundation. So they use the emotions to act like they're alone, I'm isolated, boo-hoo, moo-hoo. Oh, come in, sympathy vote, manipulation from the emotions. Because they look for insecurity. Do you understand? So now they bring in poor planning. Why? Because they're manipulating. That's why there's poor planning, there's manipulation. Why? Because someone's got blocked talent. Someone lacks confidence as well. They're in narcissism. We're in narcissism. That's what someone's talking about. This group of people, they're talking about divine love, how it's manipulated by two people or group of people working with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person that should be alone. They left a mysterious woman by themselves. They're all laughing about the situation, that they trusted a manipulator, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person, trusted a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. The story's coming out. Yeah, it's all about manipulation from the emotions. That's how they get their harmony. They act like they're pretending to be divine love, happiness, fulfillment. Look at me, friends. It's a lie. There's disharmony. In outside, it looks like that. Inside, no. They got to let go of that emotional baggage, man. It's weighing them down. They're not truly living their real life or real life purpose. They're not seizing their own opportunity because someone's busy doing deception. A Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person because someone's alone. Maybe a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. Now we're looking at deception at receptions with pure manipulation. All the talk, but they haven't got the walk. Now you've got hesitation of a devious person bringing hazardous actions now. Why? Because they need to justify their actions. Because someone went into self-expression with bad information, gossiping. Now there's a tower moment. Massive tower moment. A groundbreaking, changing. Something's happening now or very soon. But it's going to be a very large change. It's going to be a shift and someone's striking in fear. But real growth often happens outside your comfort zone. But someone's looking at a sudden change, upheaval, because there's too much talking, too much deception at receptions of manipulation, coming from insecurities, bad planning. Someone's acting like they're talented, someone acting like they're creative, and they're not. It could be a heavy Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. They're lying. So now we're looking at divine intervention now. Supernatural, catalytic events out of your control. Look at, there's no such thing as coincidence. Look at the signals. Look at the hints, the messages from the universe. Someone's looking at their acquaintances. Someone's looking at trust at the rust. Because when it comes to support, when it comes to emotions and loyalty, sorry, it's pure jealousy. Someone feels like there's better options somewhere else. There's someone else that feels like they're unhappy. Someone else feels like they deserve something better. But the main energy was someone manipulating friends and family. They were manipulating friends and family. So sad. They were manipulating their friends and family. Somebody could have blondie, kind of black blondie hair or black bushy hair. Someone could be born on the 7th or the 8th month, or maybe the 2nd month, or the 22nd day, or the 8th day. Someone's initials could be G, S, M, or F, or maybe S, or D, or I. But someone's looking at misalignment because they were acting like they had alignment with personal values. But now we have clarity that this person has a lack of purpose. They're fantasies. Maybe they're an illusionist. Someone's giving someone too many choices. Now there's confusion with the emotions. Why? Because in delusion. Maybe a Cancer, Scorpio person going for a supernatural catalytic event now because they were lying about choosing happiness. They were accepting retreat. They're acting like they knew signs. But now someone's checking in for realignment when it comes to divine love, harmony, blissful relationships. But now we're looking at someone's being emotionally manipulating, very emotionally immature. So it starts off, and then you stop. Then they realize, no, I really got to look at this person. It's pure manipulation. So maybe a upright King of Pentacles is looking at his emotions. He's looking at alignment. Maybe it could be a business person with a business partner of a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. He's looking at his personal values. Maybe he's had a reality check because he realized now maybe this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person has a lack of purpose. He's seen the signs that this person is a fantasist, illusionist. He's given too many choices. Now there's confusion because someone's in a delusional situation. Because now maybe this King of Pentacles, he's very mature, grounded male, very successful businessman. Maybe he's striving high status. Maybe he provides finances for this person and he was looking at loyalty, faithfulness, but now he's in the energy of being cautious. Because now he realized he's seen the truth from a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. Now he's seen the truth about signs, hints, messages from the universe. Maybe that's his thoughts. He has new ideas, new plans. So he's looking at the intellect. So he has to have sudden self-awareness. Now he's got the truth. He's looking at accepting to retreat, withdrawing, maybe from Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. His emotions is withdrawing, maybe from a bunch of friends he doesn't trust anymore. He's looking for more divine love, harmony, blissful relationships. He's looking at focusing on the truth. He's focused heavily on mental clarity. He's got clarity within himself. He's sorting out his emotions. Imagine his emotions. I love when masculines listen to themselves. Well done. Don't spoil it, please. He's looking at the victory of a decision. He's looking at a new project. He has the knowledge, the wisdom, the vision to go forward. He's got the clarity. He's using his highest thoughts of information. He's got the hand of God giving him the truth, the philosopher's stone, the sword to take out. You see, we all can take out the philosopher's stone, you know, that sword out the stone. All it needs is truth. That's all. And that will create new ideas, new plans, new intellect. Someone's looking at friends. Maybe a friend, they're looking at a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. And they're looking at egos. They feel like their friends are full of egos. He's seeing the truth. He feels like there's a self-false impression when it comes to the state of someone's dreams, the wants, the needs, and how they're being met. Because he's looked around at his friends and his family, his acquaintances, and he's looked and he's soaked it in. He's soaked in his emotions, and he feels like they're not presenting a very truthful, thankful, grateful life, blissful family situation. Maybe they're taking advantage of his comfort. So he's knowing that it's not the right path with these people. He feels like they're depression. They're pressing the button of depression. Maybe he's looking at a fire sign's friends and he feels like there's a burnout exposure about his friends when it comes to drought, when it comes to the soul of the self, when it comes to happiness. Is very much incomplete when it comes to their victories. Too much delayed happiness. Maybe looking at a King of Swords. Maybe King of Swords. Maybe he's jealous of a King of Swords, or King of Swords jealous about him. But we're looking at a powerful leader. Looking at maybe these two masculines are looking at Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. There's jealousy. Two masculines just jealous of each other, maybe. But the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener on the other side because there's too many jealousies. A better option. There's a better option. You've got to look at your own emotions. Maybe a King of Pentacles is looking at a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Too much jealousy. A Cancer person, disharmony, jealous. This Cancer person is very, very, very jealous. Maybe of a fire sign person. So he's looking at his friends. Maybe this King of Pentacles looking at his friends, saying that his friends are just full of ego, false impressions. False, man. And they bring a disharmony to a Two of Cups from God. We just saw the God card as well. So they're saying there's no harmony. There's pure disharmony, false impressions. There's no balance, pure arguments. He feels like there was a disconnection due to jealousy because someone's very unhappy. And he feels like he deserves a better investment. So he's looking to break this up maybe. He's looking at this breakup, this rejection. The Two of Cups was rejected. It was left in separation. Somebody was abusing and bullying a Two of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Capricorn person, or a feminine Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. Because now we're looking at an earth sign person, a Taurus person, that bringing bad business. They were looking at appointments of disappointments because they were jealous. So now we're looking at bad financial management when it comes to the King of Pentacles. He's saying this female I invested in bring bad disappointments because of bad financial management, because they were jealous. They wasn't telling the truth about their creativeness or ideas. They're saying that planting foundation with this person, they're very lazy. It's all about procrastination. It's about impatientness. It's about setbacks and lack of growth, because this person looks for more rewards and no work. They want everyone else to do the effort and they take the rewards. Saying this single person, female, Taurus person, bad business deal. Bad business, he said. That person needs to work on their own. They're looking at boredom. They feel stuck, stagnation, work without rewards, carelessness with a single person, Taurus person. Because now they're looking at the deception from this person, this Taurus person. They're very deceptive, they said. She's very manipulative, all the talk. She does the hustle very deviously, but creates many hazards of actions with self-impressions, self-false impressions as well. They've been gossiping about Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person and gave bad information. So now we're looking at the lack of their own growth. They were just jealous. Because now we're looking at maybe the King of Pentacles. He's looking at karma. He's looking at supernatural. He's looking at what the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water sign, masculine's doing maybe. Or maybe he's looking at his own emotions when it comes to alignment. He's looking at his own personal values. He's looking at his reality because he's paying attention to the imagination and both the real world and in his dreams when he wakes up. He's taken that action. He's getting that clarity due to a lack of purpose. Because someone's in a fantasy, someone's an illusionist. Too many choices that bring confusion, delusions. So now this masculine is looking at maybe an immature Cancer person. He says he's very immature. He's not aligned with an alignment. He's looking at an intuitive person. He's looking at his feelings. He's looking at his dreams. He's looking at his happy news, new love. He wants kindness, wants an engagement, loyalty. He's looking at spirituality. A King of Pentacles looking at his own inner voice. When it comes to Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, he said, no, can't tell me nothing. I'll go by my own feelings and what I see from my own analyzation. Okay? And I think that's a good thing, because he feels like a Leo person brings failure, lack of achievements, shame, disloyalty, lack of confidence, disgrace, dishonor, disappointments. Because they looked at these new ideas, new plans, intellect from a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. They didn't seek sudden awareness. They didn't choose happiness. They retreated and withdrew and bring misalignment and should have checked in for realignment, for divine love. Instead, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person came in with emotional immaturity, insecurity, disappointments at appointments with new ideas about creativity. But the secret was he has blocked creativity himself. So he brings a lot of confusions, frustrations, irresponsibility, because he brought in a single person that they were doing business with, bad business with an earth sign Taurus single woman, or act like they were single, but there was 3 in the cup. There was 3 in the crowd, so people are gossiping about a third party person that was partying heavy and doing overindulgence and trying to isolate a dreamer that was giving them the plans to bring their sudden happiness. An upside down Queen of Pentacles, very overly ambitious. She looked at Aquarius, Libra, Gemini person's new ideas, new plans, intellect, logic, reasons. Now we're looking at the truth. We have to focus. They were focusing on an air sign's mental clarity, their victory. They were looking at the decisions that this air sign was making to create a new project from the knowledge of the visions of the dreams that they were having from downloads. So this earth sign person, Queen of Pentacles, got their friends together with their egos, false impression with a fire sign person, and bring depression, burnt out by the soul, because they wanted this divine love to be swapped to them for that blissful relationship, inner happiness. So this person started to do overindulgence, heavy partying, and gossiping about a dreamer that's an air sign person that they were getting ideas from, and that was allowing them to go around and having parties. But to justify where they were getting these new ideas and plans from, they started creating bad information about this air sign person and spreading bad news and self-expressions about this person being very devious, a very deceptive, manipulative person, an upside down Queen of Pentacles. So now we're looking at the King and Queen of Pentacles. Somebody was looking for a power couple, but the Queen of Pentacles, she's powerless. She was teething someone else's ideas, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, from a Leo person that's in his ego with his false impressions, with his depression of friends, burning him out, overexposure, going around drinking, having a party, heavy partying, overindulgence, and they left an air sign person, a dreamer, isolated and created confusions and delusions. So this Queen of Pentacles can have a good time on divine love, information, harmony, because she wanted that for herself. So now we're looking at the state of someone's wants and needs and how they're being met. Someone's looking around, and businessman, that's investor, he's probably taking that moment to soak it in, of this ego person that bring false impressions, depression, and burn out a whole friend group, overexposure, bringing drought. Now we're looking at incomplete, victory, delays towards someone's happiness. We're looking at abortions within this family, and we're looking at a Virgo person with their friends that bring in, with their lack of confidence, shady workman deals. Why? Because they're going to have a bad reputation now. They were laughing and mocking an air sign person, and their baby that they didn't have came from a last lifetime. Maybe he was laughing that maybe they was thinking about the pinning out of the child, so they were all laughing because the masculine didn't want a child in the end. He just wanted to work. He promised a baby, but he went to Jenny with Nigel instead. So now we're looking at shady workmanship, looking at bad reputation. We're looking at working with a bunch of people, friends, that have no commitment to each other. They're looking at laziness. They talk like they're workaholics, but they're just a bunch of failures. And that went over the divine love, harmony, bliss. Instead of blissful divine love and fulfillment, dreams coming true with family contentment, it became about an upside down Taurus person that was overly ambitious, ungrounded, social climber, very jealous, possessive person, very disloyal, psychopath, a very wicked mother that works in this house with shady workmanship, bad reputation with her and her friends. Maybe with this Leo person because her ego is disgusting. She lacks her own commitment when it comes to work, and with a Leo person because they just like the group gathering. They like the heavy partying. They like being in the crowd gossiping and laughing about an air sign person, laughing that they took the new ideas, the plans, the intellect, the logic, the reasons. But now the truth has come out now. Everyone's going to have mental clarity about these new projects that this Two of Cups came with. But it came with disharmony because a Taurus person came in with the emotional immaturity, very insecure person. They came with disappointment at appointments because they wanted the new ideas that was downloaded by God about the Two of Cups situation. Because the Taurus person, the secret is they're a creative blocker. So you have to ask these people, how did you become an executive producer or a writer for a book, or even create movies, when God keeps showing this person that you're a creative blocker. How does that work? Why? Because they took their ideas from an air sign person that got downloads from God. Because upside down Queen of Pentacles doesn't believe in God. I had a dream and she asked me if God is real. And I said, you can't ask at this stage after 4 years. That's mad. You already stole from Adiwale Kinua Abaji. You took my information that was downloaded from God. So now we're looking at Taurus person that went to a Sagittarius person because she was bored, she was stuck in their work. So he gave her work opportunities, but he got work without rewards. Carelessness from the Sagittarius person that was protecting maybe this Taurus person, protecting that they've done bad business, disappointments, bad financial management. Maybe he's protecting that situation. He's looking at drained energy with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. They're going for an ongoing battle, maybe 9 years now. With a Taurus person, he's looking straight at this Taurus person that had their back to this masculine Sagittarius person. They didn't want to look at that person anyway. They didn't like this masculine person that they were getting investments from that done bad business. So now they're looking at how they're working. And everybody's looking at upside down Queen of Pentacles now. Because the truth is out about this upside down Queen of Pentacles. That's an emotional baggage that's weighing down a Tour card that was sent by God. God wanted us to create a story to bring healing by using astrology. But upside down Queen of Pentacles wanted all about her. She wanted that opportunity to make a fresh start in her career that was falling. Because really, everyone just gave her over hype. Everyone was run on hype revenue. And the fact that she likes to open her Scorpio area and to spike drinks and stuff, you know, for some of you. So now we're looking at the feelings of a masculine when it comes to this dreamer. They're saying they want to talk to this dreamer. They want to look at a new love. Well, Queen of Pentacles is overly ambitious. So they came in as the new love with happy news, maybe to a King of Pentacles. But she was stealing these ideas because she's emotional baggage. So now we're looking at carelessness, overindulgence. Someone's doing heavy partying because they're very immature with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person, upside down Queen of Pentacles. Because now we're looking at independence when it comes to a Gemini person, an air sign person. They want an air sign person to have obsessive thoughts about this new love, about this telepathic communication with a fire sign person. Or you could be having it with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person, a Gemini person. They purposely want to bring obsessive thoughts, fears, anxiety, and negativity. They wanting them not to focus on their purpose, too busy thinking about this cup of love so she can take these ideas. And then the air sign will end up in a mental institution. And I've done 1,500 videos and not one person on his side has said nothing to me. You could be a writer, a policeman, a dentist, a doctor. You could be a journalist, a salesman, or a teacher. They're just all stuck in their self-impressions, you know. False impressions that bring in depressions because they're full of their ego, overexposure, incomplete victory, delayed happiness, abortions. People are laughing at people's abortions. People are laughing at babies that are stuck in the spiritual world and want to come down but didn't come down. Why? Because the Queen of Pentacles has said it's about her. She don't believe in God. So maybe this businessman is up in his head at night thinking about a Gemini person. Or a Gemini person is up at night thinking about Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Or everyone's in their emotions up at night thinking about upside down Queen of Pentacles, overly ambitious, ungrounded buffoon, a social climber, a very jealous, possessive person, bringing disloyal, very psychopathic person, a wicked mother. The outside she looks like she's amazing, but inside it's a false impression. She's very false. She's not who she thinks she is outside, or she's not who you lot think she is. She's a very dangerous, wicked person, very possessive, jealous, evil woman. So now we're looking at somebody was purposely trying to get this dreamer into a mental institution, her and a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Very immature. They were looking at the overindulgence of investments, opportunities. They were looking at the party and the heavy party, and they're looking at isolation. They didn't want a Gemini person to be a part of it. They wanted to act like they were independent, so they wanted alone time. They wanted alone time with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Or maybe this businessman wants alone time with a Gemini person, or a Gemini person wants alone time with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person to start all over again. Because he says there's an inability to let go. She has an inability to let go of maybe a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person or a Libra person. She's obsessed with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person because of her ideas and her plans. So in a way, it wasn't really about the masculine. She's very obsessed with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person because of her mind, because of her intellect, because of her mental clarity, because of the victory she's going to have, because of her projects, her knowledge, her visions. She has an inability to let go of that pain. She wanted that for a Libra or Gemini person to have an inability to let go because it was a love that came with creativity. So someone's looking at new feelings, but she didn't want that. So she banged broken hearts. But she's upset that Gemini Libra person overcame their depression. So now she's looking at heartful words from a Gemini Libra Aquarius person. Now maybe she's confused now. Maybe she wants me to forgive. And I would never, ever, ever do that. I would never give her the satisfaction. No, I would not do that. Too much satisfaction. I'll forgive myself for maybe just even dreaming about you. I don't even know the damn woman. I don't know what to forgive myself for when it comes to this person. Forgive myself for maybe knowing Adiwali, maybe. Just forgive myself for trusting him for 5 years. Trusting. Stab me in the back. Even though I see she's spiking his drink, but how did he get there in the first place, you know? We was in a room once. Why did you leave to go to another room to be spied by someone else? It's just an insult, really. So now we look at manipulation from a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus person. We look at the manipulation she done to friends so everyone can sit back and laugh at Leo. But no, she didn't just do Leo. She done all her friends that she works with. All her friends. She wanted the lack of confidence. She doesn't want no one to go anywhere. Why? Because she's a shady workman person. She doesn't want no one to be the centre of anyone but her. So whatever business you do and you are better than her, she will sabotage your stuff and she'll act like it weren't her. This is Evil Eve. Now we're looking at, what I'd say, a Leo. What did I say? She wanted she manipulated a Leo. And maybe a Leo feels shame about this disloyalty from a Taurus Capricorn person. Maybe he feels disloyal because he went to work and he was reliable to a Taurus Virgo Capricorn person. And they weren't. They were dishonor. Now they're going through disgrace. They're falling from grace at the lace. Why? Because they didn't want to pull their laces up and tell the truth. No, they didn't. They wanted a Leo to have a lack of achievements. They wanted them to have the walk of shame with them. Why? Because they see this person as very creative. A Taurus person doesn't want to be left behind on their own. She doesn't want to sit back and see anyone else that she worked with collecting rewards without her being there or her saying her name on it. If you work with this person and you make more than her, I'm telling you, she's going to sabotage you. Don't do it. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, very emotional, immature person, very insecure. Looking at appointments now, that came pure disappointments. Why? Because someone stole someone's ideas. Why? Because they got creative blocks. Why? Because their feelings of frustration now. Irresponsible. Taurus person, very irresponsible. And that's what all the friends are talking about now. Very irresponsible. By bringing a disconnection and breakup to a 2 of cups, God's love, God's 2 of cups. It's not a 3 of cups, my friend. We got choices of lovers. This is the 2 of cups. So now we're looking at a higher priestess, seeing this disloyalty, this misalignment of this Taurus person that's very immature. Because now you're looking at a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person is the higher priestess, higher than the Pope. They got the subconscious mind, intuition. She tried to spiritually move these people into alignment. But because this woman wants to be the center of this group, she wants to keep the real higher priestess in the dark, and she wants to be in this group for a center of attention. This is why she brings disharmony, imbalance. Why? Because she's not the higher priestess. She's trying to take the secrets. That's the hidden feeling. Because she doesn't have any creativity. She's not connected to spirituality. So she was taking the information from a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person and taking it to this group. With a pushy, demanding, overbearing Queen of Wands. Self-righteous bully bunch of women. Very unfriendly behind the closed doors. In front of everyone, when it comes to money, very nice people. But the smiles is jealousy, manipulation, vengeful, unfaithful liars. So now we're looking at deception and manipulation of the thoughts of upside down Queen of Pentacles, because she's jealous of an air sign person. So she wanted to hold back a masculine because she's very creative, and he'll get far and he'll realize that she was a creative blocker, and he went around saying she's worth fighting for to do projects. Now the truth is here. No, she's not. He's going to admit defeat now, a Leo person. Maybe he wants to admit defeat after trying to manipulate an air sign person, being very deceptive. He had order talk, very devious, and he brought a hazard action, which is the upside down Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this Leo now wants to quit and surrender. Why? Because he has a lack of courage in who? A Taurus person. Exhausted, are you? Compromised, did you? Never mind. So now the thoughts of these people was in deception, manipulation. With a Leo person, or the strength of this upside down Queen of Pentacles is weak. She's not a lioness. She's overbearing, forceful, coward. Now she's in fear of an air sign person. You can't start fights and then hide. Don't force people into fights when you have to rely on other people's resources to hide and to defend you. This is what I keep telling masculines. Stop defending certain women, man. Tap into your emotions, and now you look stupid. You defended as someone that was manipulating all of you, not just the man. All of you. False impression to all of you. Never mind. So when you're laughing at the masculine, maybe a Leo person, you're all laughing at Leo, saying that he's got false impressions. Ha ha ha. He got manipulated. Ha ha ha. By a Virgo. Ha ha ha. Nope. All of you. So I bet you all need to stop laughing at him now. Start laughing at yourselves. She didn't manipulate me. She's not in my environment. She did it to you lot. So now look who looks stupid. All of you. Even this King of Pentacles, upright businessman, looking at all of you. So you can all laugh at the Leo. No, babe. You lot got manipulated. Why? Because maybe she didn't drink. She didn't spike you lot's drink. He spiked his drink though. He didn't spike you lot. What's you lot's excuse to follow this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person? What's your excuse? We got an excuse for a Leo person. But what's you lot's excuse? Newsflash. Don't play with my mind, you know. Because I can break all of you down. You're just lucky it's not a personal reading. I'll definitely break you right down. Can't play with me, mate. Alright? Don't play. Now we're looking at maybe King of Pentacles. Okay? Okay, so maybe you're looking at a King of Pentacles. A mature, grounded man, very successful businessman. He's looking at new ideas from a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini person. But unfortunately, a bunch of friends of a Leo person came in with egos, false impression, with the depressions, oppressions of burnt out souls. So now we're looking at change. Maybe this masculine wants to change now because he's looking at the 5 of clubs. He wants to change the plan. He wants to change his mind. Maybe he's traveling because now he's restless. He feels restless now. Maybe he wants to end an earth sign situation. Now he's restless when it comes to his money, when it comes to plans. Because now he's looking at this new idea. He feels very restless. Because now he understands the ideas came from a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini person. So now he's looking at indecisions when it comes to creativity. Because now we look indecisions, right? When it comes to mental creativity. Someone's worrying about a writer, which is a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. This writer is coming out with the truth, and now upside down Queen of Pentacles is very worried about a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person, because they're coming out as a writer. She was jealous. Why? Because this air sign is coming out with 8, power and success, what she wanted. Air sign don't need the ego. No, Genevieve needs it. Now looking at the ego, false impression within this group of people. False impression. Because now we're looking at the soul of the self. The soul is upside down. This person's a shell. So now maybe a Leo wants to start again with an air sign person, a woman. All right, because this woman was in an ego situation, a Virgo person. Lack of confidence, sprang shady business deals when it came to an air sign's desire to start again. Because now we're looking at a situation. Someone came in with a new financial project, a desire for money, a new money idea. And this Queen of Pentacles got very, 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 very jealous and brought in the shady workmanship. Now they're looking at a bad reputation. Why? Because they lack their own commitment. They're lazy. They're looking at other people's work. That's workaholic people. And then she tries to take the rewards. Now we're looking at the Joker. A Joker, a Taurus person that brings disharmony. All right. Imbalance, arguments. All right. Because this person was looking for the 8, power, success. They're looking at social popularity. Because this person loved power and charms at the arms. With who? A power with groups of people. This person can't do shit on their own. Why? Because they're not creative. They don't have ideas. They're just there to be in front of the camera and do nothing else but move your face and learn 2 lines. That is it. Overexposure for this person. So now you're looking at bad business deal from a Taurus person when it came to the alignment of the 2 of Cups. Now we're looking at bad financial management, a lazy procrastination person with impatientness, frank setbacks at the backs. Why? Because they wanted Fendi Wendy on the back. Now we're looking at a lack of growth, maybe with a Sagittarius person. Because now we're looking at a third-party person with a Capricorn Taurus person that was with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person. This person brought indecision, creativity, because this person was worried about someone's love or a love triangle. Somebody was worried about a Leo going to an air sign person. So they purposely brought a third party, which is herself, because she was jealous. Same thing I had in my dream as well. Jealous person, man. Jealous. There you go. 9. So now someone's looking at the energy of 9, all right? Somebody wants to complete something, but somebody wanted to end, all right? A dreamer. The relationship that had universal love. This is what this upside down Queen of Pentacles wants. But no, this businessman wants to end with a upside down Queen of Pentacles. End. Done. Forget it. He said, no, don't want her no more. She's overly ambitious, ungrounded social climber, very jealous, possessive buffoon. This person is very disloyal, not to herself or just not to the masculine Leo, to a whole bunch of people, they're saying. So this businessman, he's very disappointed. All right, she probably owes him money and he wants his money. He said it's very dangerous when it comes to money. So she brought indecision when it comes to creativity. All right, because this person was looking at the mental clarity and they're worried about a writer, which is an air sign person. So they bring mountains, difficulties. This person could live abroad, away from an air sign person. And that's probably why this person thought they can get away with it. So there was mountains between us, you know. But God is in every mountain, my baby, in every valley. Never forget that. But obviously they do, because they don't believe in God, innit? Obviously. So now we're looking at difficulty, looking at mountains, difficulties, delays, obstacles, you name it, stagnations. Why? Because this person's overly ambitious. Now maybe they're going for a stagnation now. They're going to be blocked, okay? Because this person wanted the air sign blocked away from a fire sign person, because she wanted the ideas, the plans, the intellect that was all downloaded from God, from the mental clarity of an air sign person that came with new projects, decisions. But it didn't just come with project, it came with a love of a 2 of Cups for a Leo person. But Taurus person said, no, I don't think so. No, I want to be center of attention. No, no, no. I don't even like you, Leo, but I like the ideas that's come from this air sign person. And also, can I just mention, she does fancy your divine feminine. There you go. All right. So now we're looking at ending. We're looking at somebody was looking for power and success. Okay. But now they're looking at mental power to accomplish at any task, success at mental field. And this is what she was jealous about. That's why she wanted to block an air sign person, because she's going to be very successful when it comes to the mental field. So now as Queen of Pentacles came along, very jealous about it, and she's a psychopath, because she's a psychopath. All right. So now we're looking at, she wanted to block an air sign person on purpose, a woman. Now we're looking at a work situation, women, a bunch of women that are friends, that done partnership with an earth sign person, all right? They were looking at this new idea. They were looking at this, they're discussing ideas, studying. Now they're arguing within these friends. They're all going to start arguing now about a partnership with a fire sign person and an air sign person. Pure arguments now. Don't worry, give it time. It will unfold. That's a secret. Oh yeah, it will unfold, don't worry. Because we're looking at power and success. Somebody was looking for social popularity through love power by using power of people and people of friends. All right, they'll promise you things. They don't want it. They ain't got it. They just want to be within this powerful group. All right. Now we're looking at the 8. Okay. Somebody just wants social popularity. A Taurus person. That's it. Forget about the talent, the skills. She just wants to be popular. All right. Let's give it to her now. That's what I'm going to give. I am the star. I saw Pamela Coleman Smith gave me my reading. She showed me I am the star card. I give everyone the inspiration. I'll give you your dreams come true. I'm going to give you your dreams now. You want to be famous at any cost? Don't care about the talent. You don't care about your creativeness. As long as you're popular. All right, Taurus, there you go. You got it now. So now someone's looking at unstable. Someone has lack of common sense. Okay, because they bring disharmony to a 2 of cups. And now we're looking at 4 of Pentacles, all right? Somebody was looking for, okay, stability at a good supply. But this earth sign person wanted satisfaction when it came to finances. You wanted ample of finances and good value. That's where it comes with the 2 of Cups. So 5 years, 4 years, sending hundreds of messages every day. Queen of Pentacles was making money from a 2 of Cups that was downloaded from God. To help everybody, community, not just ourselves as a 2 of Cups. It was to help, inspiration for everybody, the nation, to show that we can go within our dreams. We can see God. We just don't feel God, hear God from a Bible. It's when you go within. And this person can't go within. They're not humanity. They're about destruction. They're about power. We're back to the 8 again. It's all about fame, fortune. It's all about superficial things. I want to be famous. Okay, for what bloody reason? No reason. So let's give her the reason now. The devil's daughter will be out soon. Genevieve Nigel, the lion killer. It'll be out soon. You don't worry. So someone is stealing from a Sagittarius person, a 3 of Cups. Someone that's in a third party energy with a fire sign person, a water sign person, and a earth sign person. They're all in a 3 of Cups, all stealing from a fire sign person. Now there's a battle. Somebody thought they were close to success, was stealing from this fire sign person, but no. They looked in, they saw a tarot reader. Tarot reader got woke up. God said, yo, tell Leo the truth. And now that's why we're here. Somebody was stealing the mouth, declaring someone on purpose by the soul, by being a love choice on purpose. It was a plot and a plan for financial management. So now we're looking at someone that's in an ongoing battle. Someone trying to maybe guard this situation or maybe not make it come out in public. And now we're looking at a challenge. Okay. We're looking at a spiritual knowledge. All right. Someone's got to let go of a negative thinking pattern and their belief. All right. You've got to let go. All right. Of this third party person and stop believing in this fool. Because you're not acting childish now. Now we're looking at the Jack of Mystery. Jack of Mystery. Jack of Creativity. Yeah. We're looking at a spiritual initiation, but someone got ripped off when it came to new philosophy of life, which is an air sign person by a 3 of Cup. And a 3 of Cup was this overly ambitious buffoon that now owes a karmic debt. They took people's energy, took people's finances, all right? And resources. They stole from an air sign person and made money from the information. So now they owe someone money. So you better go and find an investor and go and get my money, Genevieve. I'm not joking with you. Spread that word, man. Spread it. Genevieve Niger that made Lionheart owes Verena, Adele, Glanville money. A dreamer that's on YouTube that is a higher priestess. Spread that word, man. So now we're looking at inability to let go. Earth sign person, inability to let go. All right, because now we're looking at changes. Somebody wants to travel forward. All right, because now we're looking at somebody done a business trip. Oh yeah, and somebody changed money at hands. Yes, with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. This is why they owe money to a Leo person and an air sign person. You owe money. We're looking at spirituality. We're looking at ancestors, looking at our root of our heart, of our love. We're looking at illusions, delusions. Someone came in with deception. Because now we're looking at the 7 of Cups. All right. 7 of Cups is about spiritual love. Someone's got to let go of this personal attachment. Leo, you got to let go of this water sign woman or this upside down Queen of Pentacles. All right. Or King of Pentacles, you got to let go of this upside down Queen of Pentacles. If you're married to her, she's going to be your downfall, bro. By the time you come home one day, you're going to have nothing there. Or rock your back and see if she's going to be there to hold your back. No, she's not. You got to end it. End. Earth sign person. You got to end. Coffin. Dead. Go. Bye. Forget it. Finito. Forget it. Move on. This is a dead woman walking. No emotion. No nothing. She wanted to end a divine love. That's how much you don't understand God. She's a failure. She's a failure. She brought disharmony to a blissful relationship. So God's saying, done. I saw it. Done. She's going spiritual prison. Whether you like her or not, whether you protect her or not, she's going spiritual prison. It don't matter. Whether it's earth prison, mental prison, but she's going spiritual prison. I tell you that for nothing. So write your dreams down. Don't believe me. Don't let ever make my messages be forced. Let it resonate. I ain't no Bible, no Quran, or no Buddhism. You understand? Doing some Atlantic slave trade or Muslim slave trade and then to force people. Like people want to text me on TikTok. Is it TikTok, the other one? X, before it was X? Oh, you can't force love. Really, Genevieve? But you can force piping someone's drink, though, to force your Scorpio area on them. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Should we talk about that then? All right, then. Let's talk about it through the cards, as nobody wants to do belief. Why? Because they don't have no intuition. No one wants to believe intuitive people, psychic people. They want to believe buffoons. So we just make these cards up to give you the image. Do you understand? I don't need to use cards. I can just tell you how you are. Do you understand? But we've got to bring cards, isn't it? Evidence. This is court. This is judgment day. Especially for upside down Queen of Pentacles. This is judgment day for you, baby girl. You jealous, obsessive buffoon. So now we're looking at maybe a higher priestess. She saw this disloyalty from this earth sign person because they're very misaligned. All right. They need to be working alone, or a higher priestess is working alone. All right. Why? Because they don't have a team. But an upside down Queen of Pentacles has a team, still a failure, still disorganized, still got group conflicts with a Queen of Wands. All right. Now we're looking at starting again. Maybe a fire sign person wants to start again. We've got the desire to start again. Maybe desire to do new beginnings. Because someone's got new ideas. They want to birth a new project, maybe. Or they've got desire for new knowledge. All right. Walking away. Maybe a Leo wants to admit defeat. All right, because now you're looking at pair. He may be looking at a love affair, union of lovers or friends when it comes to spirituality with an air sign person, because all he brought to this air sign person was deception, manipulation, order talk, Mr. Rubbish Hustler. All right, because he went for a deceptive person that's very devious, a hazard action by bringing upside down Queen of Pentacles. Self-expression, gossiping, bad information, crossroad, fire sign person. All right, bringing a karmic situation. Now we're looking for peace. All right, because now we're looking for someone is very intuitive, a fire sign person. Maybe he's ashamed of saying it because his culture is more about obia. And if you talk to your soul, you're talking to the devil. But you don't mind running around Genevieve Naja that does bad. I don't understand you lot, you know. Them chat to devil, nobody talk to them. They're intuitive, they're this and that. But your actions. That was a rubbish Jamaican thing. I can do better than that. Sorry, that cut me. I could do a better African one as well. Sorry. No, but it's your actions, your intentions, your energy. Why do people find excuses for that? But when you use your intuition or your psychic gifts, oh, they're talking to Obia. No, you lot do Obia. Look at your actions, look at intentions. Where does this say Obia? It's trying to help you to go through your blocks. It's trying to give you affirmations from your energy. We don't play with energy, you know. I don't even ask questions. I just make the spirit tell me whatever energy is out here. I can ask any question I want. But I don't like manipulating energy. Whatever the spirit want to tell me, just tell me. Just tell me. So this is why the energy is not changing. You lot's energy is not changing. You don't like too much manipulation because you're not honest to yourself. You lot are in misalignment. A Queen of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles upside down. With your hidden feelings. Jealousy over an air sign person. A woman, air sign person. Why would you be jealous of an air sign person? Do you know that person? What, because they're intellectual? That means you're all jealous about everybody then. What, because she's connected to a masculine that you know? That's pathetic. What, because you want her idea, so you jumped on the cock-a-doodle-doo to ride out the time? To wake him up in the morning? To know that you're waking up with the devil? Hi, you're in hell. Let me get my heels. So I'm dragging my soul to the devil. It's madness. All right, my lovely. Remember, walking love, talking to. Love you guys. Bye.